just crazy nonsense? Is it like perversion or is it just like good marketing? You let me know in the comment section. So hear out. A 50-year-old janitor weds young billionaire. Is it real life or is it just happening in the crazy short Chinese dramas? Please be my guest and listen clearly. In recent years, an unexpected phenomenon has swept through China's aging population. Just be careful with that word because we're talking about aging population, the ones that are fed this kind of content. The explosive popularity of short online dramas featuring outrageous plots like a 50-year-old janitor marrying a 20-something billionaire CEO overnight. 20-something? 50-year-old janitor? Like, give me a break. Anyways, it's China. Maybe we might not be that surprised anyways. These dramas are captivating millions of elderly viewers. Ew! However, behind the laughter and escapism lies a troubled reality of financial exploitation and societal neglect. Take, for example, The Invisible Janitor, Mom Returns, a recent viral hit. The drama revolves around a janitor in her 50s falling in love with a wealthy 27-year-old CEO. The first episode features their whirlwind one-night stand. I can seriously imagine all these elderly watching and fantasizing themselves with also having one kind of one-night stand with a 27-year-old something. I mean, they're just feeding them on the possibility of it. The first episode features I just mentioned that, their whirlwind one-night stand, followed by the CEO's relentless pursuit of her. As the plot unfolds, the janitor is revealed to be a hidden billionaire and the mother of another powerful CEO. While these exaggerated narratives might seem absurd, they strike a chord with elderly audiences. Of course, I guess, offering a mix of fantasy and emotional catharsis. So, what makes this drama so appealing to older viewers? First, their format is irresistibly binge-worthy. Episodes are often just 1 to 5 minutes long, with dramatic twists and cliffhangers that keep audiences glued. These stories offer instant gratification, something traditional, slower-paced TV dramas fail to provide. As one elderly fan put it, "I no longer have the patience for long TV series. These short dramas are quick and entertaining." So also elderly in China is just shifting to short form video, like anywhere else in the world. Of course, you're here watching and you two aren't, because otherwise you wouldn't be here, yeah. So let me know in the comment section, why would you prefer YouTube over short form content? In my opinion, sometimes I feel like short form gives you this anxiety to just keep scrolling nonstop, although you are not feeding yourself with something valuable or like real content. It's just like maybe fast tips or this and that or gossip. But I would like to read your opinions down below. Please be my guest. Second, elderly viewers are particularly drawn to the escapism these dramas offer. For many, the golden years come with challenges like declining health, the loss of loved ones, and social isolation. These dramas provide an emotional outlet, allowing viewers to experience romantic and adventurous fantasies they might have missed in real life. Can you see that? Wow, I don't know if to call that smart marketing or perverted one, because, let's keep going, but please let me know what are your thoughts down below. The market for short dramas targeting older audiences has grown exponentially. I guess so, if they are already retired, why not just keep watching, especially if you don't have the means to go abroad, travel, or do such and such. Because I've seen that in China recently. I was there April 2024, and I was just traveling around that area, like that period of time where it's school period. Usually it's not holiday period, not holiday season, and there were so many elderly traveling all around China, like retired ones, so they're spending their money somehow living experiences for themselves in their lives. But this is not having experiences, just watching and fantasizing, no matter you are at home or you don't have the means to have something for yourself in that stage of life, apart from your cell phone and internet. The market for short dramas targeting older audiences has grown exponentially. According to reports, the number of microdrama users in China exceeded 570 million in mid-2024, with nearly half being middle-aged and elderly individuals. These users aged 40 and above have become the backbone of the industry with spending habits that outpace younger viewers. This is just, it can be insane, but also it does come with like the aspect of like younger ones just making the back, young people is working, they're in the workforce, they're in the factories, they are being CEOs, they have businesses. They're just super busy making orders, working like for companies. So to some extent, you can understand that they don't have the time to be binge watching these kind of dramas, and they themselves are living life like they have the means to maybe go and travel, to have experiences, to have girlfriends, one or many, or maybe they don't have yet a girlfriend because they are, on that rat race to get one, get the house, get the car, etc. In comparison with these ones, but hey, they mentioned 40 and above, so maybe at this age already they're talking about some leftover men or those kind of men that don't have the ability to get a woman or a wife in China because of the lack of like requirements that they require, just like a house, a car, financial status, etc. So they are just left with this for themselves to satisfy somehow their lack of that loved one next to them, and they just binge watch these dramas. Because 40, give me a break. At 40 still in America is considered quite acceptable to go and have a life. It's even normal for men to go and get someone. But of course, if we're talking about women, there can be also many leftover women, as they call them in China, and they are just left with this fantasy of the small dramas, finding someone in life because supposedly they don't want them anymore. So it's very twisted, because in China they have these leftover women, which are like leftover because of their age, and leftover men because they're leftover because of their lack of ability to make money or to have as much money and assets as they want them to. So there's so many leftover people over there for some reason or another. Anyhow, let's continue. The financial impact is staggering. Hold on, before I continue, the most outstanding thing is that most of the leftover women are usually, maybe 80% of them, as we have been recently listening to the stories, wealthy. And therefore, somehow they still chose to keep being single. It doesn't mean like, because if you get married, you will not have a good life. But since they're quite living the life of their dreams and they haven't found anyone worth sharing it with, then they just continue the same path, right? Compared to like these other left men, which are left over usually because the lack of like financial resources. So therefore, it happens that sometimes stories of a leftover woman, wealthy leftover Chinese girl, will get together with a leftover man that might not have as much, but it's a good man, so she's fine with that because she can provide, and he can provide some love and affection, It's just, what do you think about this? Let's keep going. The financial impact is staggering. In 2024, the short drama market is expected to exceed 500 billion yuan, approximately 68 billion USD, surpassing the box office revenue of traditional cinema. Production companies have shifted focus to cater to this demographic, creating dramas with titles like Flash Marriage, My Husband is a Tycoon, and The Invisible Janitor Mom. Their creators openly admit to targeting elderly viewers, recognizing their willingness to pay for content that resonates with them emotionally. I don't know how to feel about this. However, this seemingly harmless trend has a darker side. Many elderly viewers unfamiliar with online payment systems fall victim to predatory practices. Platforms often lure users with free episodes, only to charge for subsequent ones. Automated payment systems and hidden fees result in viewers unknowingly spending thousands of yuan. What? Let's check one of the like Shui Baomu. What? Ja Nanny marries rich men. It's just hilarious, really. This is just hilarious. A striking case reported in October involved a 75-year-old man who spent over 9,000 yuan, around 1,200 USD, on short dramas in just 2 months. This is just nonsense. Another report, seriously, if you're gonna spend that much, you better get just someone to spend the night and have dinner with you, or take her to the cinema and have a real experience with a real someone, instead of just feeding yourself with this nonsense. I mean, this content, which is not gonna take you anywhere, really. I do prefer spending on real life experiences, although, I'm a content creator in YouTube, but Anyways, what do you guys think about this? Another report revealed elderly viewers using dozens of apps. Dozens! This is just dozens of apps, unknowingly accumulating significant expenses. Especially if they're elderly, they're just targeting because they're so ignorant. The exploitation doesn't stop at financial losses. Some elderly viewers, influenced by these drama's romanticized plots, have fallen prey to online scams. Oh my God, I feel just pure for them. I can just recall my grandma, whenever she was watching this, as you watch it on TV, and she was calling nonstop to purchase such products. That was the old method, and I still believe this is quite popular, trending in the USA. I have been to USA and I've just seen nonstop ads about products being displayed in the TV, and that you have just to call a number for the products to arrive at your home. You don't have to pay with card or anything. It was just super easy for elderly, especially those elderly that are not able to sleep at night, that had insomnia, just like my grandma, talking about you, greetings to the sky. She was just watching and binging all those novellas during her insomnia hours of wee hours of the night, while these ads were playing on the TV, and it was so easy for her to just dial the number and order for the products. We started receiving the products, bugs just started coming to her house, and my aunties that lived there too, they were like, what is this? Never, there was no one ordering this, never ordered. Why there was this mistake? No, of course, there is this lady who ordered, and I'm like, no way, she's too old to order. She was almost in her 90s when she was ordering stuff, and she will pay on arrival with cash. So it was too convenient for elderly, and it still is, I guess, for this side of the globe, like the West, to just pay on arrival for goods. You just call a number, you give your name, address, and the goods arrive next day. And you have these super products, they will take the pain away from you, you will make exercise and you will lose weight. Nowadays they have this bracelet in Mexico that somehow connects you with the God and makes you feel safe, and everything in your life will feel better, so you must buy it because it's this and that. It's just pure nonsense. Anyways, this was the way, or the traditional way, or the old way, better said, that things were done, or the way they targeted and still target elderly with TV ads, especially during the wee hours when they weren't able to sleep and they were just watching, and they will be able to call an order, because during the day hours we were taking care of her, so she wasn't free to give that call, since we will be judging on her or criticize her, or just being against her getting the stuff, right? Nowadays we have new methods. Okay, fraudsters, often posing as romantic partners, exploit their victims' newfound fantasies of love and companionship, leading to significant emotional and financial harm. Experts argue that the root cause of this phenomenon is the lack of emotional fulfillment among the elderly. Well, if this is happening with the elderly in China nowadays, whom presumably like they were so happy because they were so traditional, they have this family and all that, like what will happen with the single 30 to 40 years old, like young or middle age in China, like when they get to be elder? Anyways, with over 297 million people aged 60 and above, China is grappling with a rapidly aging population. Many seniors live alone or in nursing homes, facing loneliness and isolation. Short dramas fill this emotional void, offering companionship through their character and stories. I can imagine that, seriously. For some, these dramas become a substitute for their family bonds or social connections they lack. As one elderly viewer explained it, these stories make me feel less lonely. It's like someone is telling me I'm still worthy of love and attention. Oh my God, this is just so cute. And there is this comment. I watched the drama of the first poster. Some scenes can be silly, but it's nice. No violence, cute romance, and helps you to improve your Chinese. What do you guys think about this? Well, of course, like the biggest population or one of the biggest populations soon to be in China might be elderly. So if you want to make business work, since now young people are too busy, then you target elderly. I guess this phenomenon will soon also be happening here in the west side of the world, Mexico, USA, etc., whereas elderly nowadays are still not maybe like shifting that. I mean, I'm not sure whether or not they are already big fans of TikTok, but as far as I know, most of the elderly here are still big fans of Facebook or maybe YouTube, but not yet like very savvy on TikTok. But who knows? It might happen very soon. The trends and the world is just going super fast. I'll read your comments down below and be welcome to give this a thumbs up as well as to support me down below, buy me a coffee, 2 or 3. Kisses to the